Hi, gorgeous Pisceans. This is your homework family reading for September. Let me hit the bell. My little cat's right down here by my feet. If he gets up here, it's not Neptune, the one you guys are used to seeing. It's Doodle. But Doodle doesn't like to be on the camera, so I bet you he won't get up here. He'll just stay right there. Okay, anyway. This is for all Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. This is for all Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus for the month of September. And I do say the month of September because I am just doing the one video for the whole month. I'm going to try to make it as fast as I can and get it all out there with astrology guidance that I'm getting from Spirit and the tarot. And I'm going to try to put it all in one reading, but I got a new phone and I do everything from the phone, and I'm trying to find out, you know, exactly where that shut off time is and get used to this phone. So I'm going to hopefully get it all on one reading. If not, then there'll be a part 2, and that's where the tarot will be. But I'm saying that because, like I say, I normally do a 1st through the 15th and 15th through the end of the month. But I'm shoving it all into a one reading because I feel like I'm being told for October, I need to start shifting it to 2 readings for the month for each zodiac sign. But one is just tarot and one is just astrology. So I can get in and out of your life quicker, get to the point, and write to what it is you want. And if you want one, you can go after one. If you want both, you can go after both. Either way. Now, with that being said, I am being given, I have this, I don't know if it's going to show up too well. It's Caseta. Is it a Caseta? I think it's Caseta. It's this kind of bug. They are one of my totems. And they're the ones that, more or less, they hatch every couple years. Even though you hear of them every year and you hear their sounds in the trees, they hatch every couple years. And they spend a lot of time in hibernation way before they ever hatch. And the reason I'm bringing it up is because they're coming to me for you right now, that you need to understand there are certain cycles and time frames of things that need to happen. And some things I think that you're trying to do, from what I'm getting from Spirit, is not within the correct time frame. And the cycles haven't completely ran their process, ran their cycle yet, and it won't completely work the way that you're hoping or desiring for it to in some cases, considering the insect that I'm being given. I'm also being given, I want to say toxic energy, but it's not really. It's more like ill energy that's been hanging around, some stagnance that's been hanging around. When as a medium, I hate to say this, but as a medium, when I'm around people who are ill, like with cancer or diabetes, there's a specific smell as a medium that I can pick up on. And I know that that's an illness that's there. And I'm getting that kind of smell. Now, with it coming in on a universal reading for you all, for all Pisces, it isn't saying that there's an illness like death or cancer or something like that necessarily in your specific life, but there's like an illness, like an ill energy that hasn't healed, an ill energy that's stagnant, that's kind of just sticking around. It feels somewhat of toxic. It's negative, but it's false. It's like a false idea of something because it's been there for a while. It's planted some roots and given the impression of it being something that it's not, is what I'm getting from Spirit. And that you need to acknowledge it. I feel like it goes with the understanding of the cycle. That's why I brought that over here. I feel like that's what I'm supposed to be telling you. Now, there is definitely some energy going on. Let me see. I don't know how else to put it. You see me playing with my hand. Spirit has a new thing that they're doing with me, and they communicate through my hand. It's like palmistry, but without a palm. They use my palm. So I've had to learn how to do palmistry. It's very weird. I don't understand it. But it's the way that they're doing things now. And what I'm getting is there's some sexual frustration or anger that could deal with the sacral chakra, because I am being told you have issues, whether it's issues, blockages, or just dealing with it over this time frame of September. There is definitely sacral chakra, solar plex energies that are having an issue with the crown energy, and it's like a blockage, a not proper healthy flow, and it is messing up the heart energy, because I feel the heart energy, but it's faded behind. I'm feeling way more of a sacral chakra and a solar plexus is what you're dealing with, and then some of those crown ideas. And I'm going to get into that in just a second. In fact, let me just real fast. So we're dealing with, how you feel. I'm going through all my different notes. I got stuff everywhere. It's speaking to you in the sacral chakra of how you feel, your creativity, your emotions, your sexual energy. And when I say it's like that inner belly dancer, when you feel good about yourself, you're ready to strut your stuff. But when you're insecure and uncomfortable, you don't believe in your power. You don't believe in your ability to create and your ability to believe in yourself as it moves into that solar plexus with that I can energy. It takes away from the strive, from the idea of what you are able to become, your very power, and stepping into that power, as well as your self-esteem. There's information going on here that is bringing itself to your attention. They're saying through a communication, either from someone else, maybe you're going to notice it in mirroring, or you're going to acknowledge it within yourself, that is bringing you to a new self-knowledge, a higher awareness of yourself, of knowing yourself, so that you can truly create peace. And within that energy, as that happens, it'll allow that heart energy to come forward in a more clear energy, because I feel like the heart energy is there trying to help you, but it's being heard incorrectly. It's like when you're attached to something. Let me have it like a teddy bear here. Like I love you, so I must hold you and I must keep you close, but you really don't. It's like, I need to love you so I feel better kind of energy. And the heart is hiding in that I need to love you so I feel better energy. It's like attachment to make yourself feel better, but what you're really doing is squishing it and smothering it. And it's not making the situation better, and it's actually keeping you from coming into your power, into your truth, into a higher level of self-knowledge and finding your peace. But this is a communication and understanding that you're going to have to go through, and it's a maturity that you're going to have to grow through. It is also being caused by bitterness and blame in the past, and where you're holding on to that's kept you from having the proper self-esteem, is what I'm being told from Spirit. It's also speaking to you of that sexual frustration, but sexual frustration, the bitter and blame of relationships, of grief, sorrow, shame, that is still holding on. Definitely an action needs to be taken, but are you taking the right action? Because this is coming into Mars energy and the Sun energy. So this is a very fire, passionate energy. But like I said, this is one of those areas where the heart isn't fully talking to you, because you kind of smothered it into an idea, unlike what it might be really saying. And this is one of those times where it's the heart has to be able to breathe enough to come out to speak, because you've got to allow those other blockages or healing within the sacral chakra, the solar plexus, and the crown to be able to lift it so it can balance back up in. And this will help you come into a better understanding of what you soulfully need as you move forward. It's still going to be dealing with communication and Mars energy. So yes, it is sexual energy, but it is passion, action, aggression, and understanding where that needs to go in a proper, healthy way. There is definitely situations within the Sun energy for you, which is the way that they're explaining it to me is the sun energy, which is the ego. The ego's afraid of being hurt. The ego's afraid of being hurt, so it's kind of twisting up some things and making some things sound less than what they really are. Or sound different than what the truth really is. And it's time for you to see through it, because they're saying this is part of understanding how to set new beginnings for real, true, personal foundation as you start to move forward and find true inner emotional security. Is that it before we move forward? And inner emotional security for yourself, so that you can be comfortable with yourself, stand in your power, and then be able to bring it full forward, full frontal in one form is what I'm hearing, into that community as you step forwardly, boldly into the community with a new understanding of your own truth, by getting past what the ego has kind of twisted things up for you, and it's time for you to see the difference between that, is what I'm being given. Because you're following into an abundance of the wrong ideas in some of your cases from what the ego has told you. And it's time to realize, you got to back up and realize the ego has told you some lies, is what I'm getting. Anything else? Stick with your morals, your ethics. Especially when it has to do with the outer community. Stick with your morals and your ethics. Don't be side twisted. Don't be pushed around. Stick with your morals and your ethics, especially in the outer community. Over the month. Anything else? Okay. With that being said, let me jump into what is going on in the month. First off, I was saying from like August 28th or some stuff until September 7th, Othala is in the Astrology. That is a rune of sacred space. So it is trying to speak to you of understanding what your sacred space is. However, the way that it's designed in astrology, it is speaking to you from a T-square. And then it has some other aspects that are having a communication, but the T-square is going to be there all month. So it's helping you to acknowledge what is truly sacred to you, what is your sacred space, by acknowledging where it's not, by making it uncomfortable so you have to acknowledge it. It's going to be there all month, but the actual Othala that's pushing on that energy is only here until the 7th. And then we start moving into, the whole rest of the month. Now that T-square that I'm talking about that's here all month is coming out of your Pisces energy, which is your universal first house of your self-awareness, your physical body, your personality, your appearance, your view of life, your ID, your image. It's also your enlightenment. It's also where you shine, and it's also where the ego hides. Okay? It is speaking with Neptune and Lilith, which is going straight over to Virgo, to the 7th house within those relationships, and then it's going straight up to Jupiter in Sagittarius. And 10. That's exactly where Spirit was putting it. So this is saying, more or less, where are the relationships supporting your true, honest depths of your wishes, your hopes, your dreams, your ambitions, your goals? Where are the relationships in your life, truly honest relationships in your life, and they honor who and what you are, for all of the good and wonderful, twisted, bad, funky junk that you are? Who accepts you for who and what you are, and desires to want to see you grow and mature and achieve what it is? Who is truthfully there for you? This is part of what it's asking you, because it's saying there are some people in these relationships that are not there for you, and that would be that ego thing, giving you the idea of something that is, but it is not. And this is part of what Spirit is trying to tell you, but you need to know who you are and where your place is in what you wish to create before you can truly start to decide and realize if these other people in these relationships that people, places, things, relationships are everything that you care about. They're from friends to loved ones. They're even your enemies, your friends, and your foes. They're your family, they're your children, but it's your working environment as well. So this is the whole community of your life. And who is actually there for you? Who is real, true partnerships? Who is real, true, business partnerships, real, true partnerships, relationships? What are these relationships? Are they really fact? Are they just after reputation? Is what Spirit just said. Are they just after reputation, and are they just after prestige? Are they holding on to you because you make them look good? Is one form of what Spirit is trying to give me. Is it truly joint finances, joint resources? What are the rules within these relationships? Are they fair? Are they honest? Are they true? Are they balanced? Are they just? But you're not going to be able to acknowledge the truth within these relationships until you acknowledge the truth within you and what those true goals, wishes, ambitions, and dreams truly are or need to be. The Spirit says until you come into a better level of self-realization. That is definitely going on throughout the whole month. You're going to be acknowledging it. Now you have the full moon, which is taking place partially in Pisces, partially in Aries on the 14th, which is a Sunday. And I do say partially, it's a void, of course. And that's because everybody else, I believe, is going to be saying it's in Aries. And that's the universal first house. Pisces, sorry, but you guys are universally the 12th house. So you have the healing house that must raise all of the secrets to the surface. You're the skeletons in the closet. You are the magic that is able to hide in the closet as well as pop out. And this is why it's easy for you to be manipulated and taken advantage of, because you're just as easily to be placed into the back of the closet as it is for you to pop out. Now, with that being said, the full moon takes place in Pisces and Aries. That is the universal 12th house, the universal first house. For you, it's the first house and the second house, which is, again, speaking to you of your self-awareness, your image, your ID, your ego, your illumination, your true self, as well as the physical body and your appearance. But is also coming into bringing things to your attention on the 14th. When this full moon comes through, of self-worth, self-value, self-esteem. And what do you truly value? Yes, baby. What do you truly value? Because what you value also helps you create the money that you create and spend. And when you're creating it from what you value, you tend to bring yourself more. You tend to enjoy more. So this is all asking you, what about yourself do you value? So that you can start to understand where you really want to go. And if the relationships and people are in your life are ones that you want to continue to keep there because you value them, or you don't. Or vice versa. You're realizing they do or don't value you. Now, with that being said, you also have Mercury, which is going into Venus. Mercury and Venus going into Libra on the same day as that full moon. Sorry, my cat's sitting right here. And this is that 8th house. This is what Spirit was saying. This is going to be coming into those relationships. What are the rules in these relationships? Are they fair? Are they joint? Are they fair? Are they joint? Are the resources being fair? Are they just? Is there harmony and balance here? Is there actual justice here? Acknowledging the true relationships that are good to you and the ones that are not. And where is that going to take it? How is this going to become a transformation that's making the relationships better and bringing true responsibilities to the life that you are living with these people in your life? Because you have the right ones here that are ready to support you. This is going to bring extra sensitivity into Libra and extra communication into Libra, into these relationships. Bring a whole new level of it. But also understand, Libra has, for you, in that universal 8th house, it has the collective consciousness there. It has Haumea there. So when sensitivity and communication comes in and starts being illuminated by the collective consciousness, you are going to be told which people suck and which people are the ones who care. Because you're going to see the true masks come off in these relationships by their very actions. And you'll start noticing that as you come through the second part of the month and into next month. Well, especially be showing you who's wearing a mask and who's true. Okay, then you also have on the 18th, Saturn goes direct. Now, up until the 18th, everybody's a little bit like, because the energy of Saturn is going, I need you to tell me what rules, walls, and boundaries I got to set. What is the proper limitations and withholdings we got to work with here so that when I go direct, I know what to do and it's running out of time. And so it's giving you that energy. Now, for you, this is speaking of that universal 11th house. Again, speaking to you about the community, those large groups, those friends. Are they the right people that support what you truly want? And have you figured out what it is you truly want? Or have you been misled by ego's bullshit? So this is getting to the true depths of understanding yourself, your self-worth, your self-value, your self-esteem, coming into your own power again. This is not love energy. This is not heart energy. This is coming into power of knowing thyself. And then it gives you the love of your own self back to you. So you can receive that love from the outer community. This asks you to love yourself first. Figure out how to be that inner belly dancer for yourself, to believe in yourself. And with that will bring the self-esteem and power back up in this area, and then connect with those hopes, those goals, those ambitions, those dreams, your true self-realization, and are the proper community of people in your life to help you enhance and grow within that very energy. All right, this is speaking to you, like I said, of when Saturn goes direct. It's trying to figure out who is worthwhile to keep and who is worthwhile to trust and know to help you go there. Now, on the 23rd, you have the sun, which is moving into Libra, and on the 28th, you have the new moon in Libra. Again, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's that 8th house. So everything is dealing with you acknowledging the truth about the people that are around you, but you must first acknowledge the truth about yourself and what it is you want and your true self-realization, your wishes, your hopes, your dreams, and what you truly want without that bullshit that ego's been trying to talk to you. And then, are these people truly in your life fairly, honestly? Do they love you? Are they lying to you? Are they egotistical and giving you a bunch of bullshit? This is basically what you're looking at this whole time. You also have another T-square, which is going to be taking place on the second half of the month, which is that very same energy. Except for it's going 1, 2, 3, 4 into your creativity. It's going to be that community. It's going to be the relationships and then your creativity. What do you believe that you are creating? Are you creating honestly? Are you bringing in the true pleasure of life, the true creativity of life? This is where you enjoy life. And there's a question here because something about what you're going after, something about the idea is a fake creative pleasure. And they're asking you to find the truth about what truly brings enjoyment to you, not the fake shit that you're trying to tell yourself so that you can get by. Now, with that being said, what does Pisces need to hear for the month of September? Okay, forget that. What does Pisces need to know to help them? What is something Pisces needs to know to help them? You are being given the Ace of Wands. Activity. Business opportunities. But the problem is, it came in upside down. There is some kind of opportunity, some kind of... Somebody's giving you some bullshit. Somebody's telling you something, and it's full-on bullshit. It's not real. Somebody is giving you something that is not real, and you need to acknowledge it. There is an opportunity, but it's not one you want. It's not one that's going to help you in the long run. This is the Two of Cups, which in this deck, because this is my Egyptian deck, this is speaking to you of a work of love. It is working towards not love. It's not saying that it is love. This is saying surprising disclosures will be coming up. Divine, supernatural disclosures are coming up. It is a work of love, of the very revelation as you move forward by realizing where the lie is. You are also getting the Seven of Cups. The Seven of Cups in this one speaks to you of truth. It speaks to you also of successful change. This is saying, you know, that there is something meant to change. It just may not be meaning to change the way you believe that it is, but that it's going to be done successfully. It will be something that you will be moving forward with, and it will bring you a new level of independence because it is the Ace of Coins. But you're going to work hard for this independence. You're going to work hard for this new tangible reality that you're creating. Pisces. Nah, Pisces. Nah. Yeah, I feel about that. Pisces. What's Pisces need to hear? Don't let the ego push you, or don't let somebody else push you into believing what the ego has already been trying to tell you. There is a struggle that you are going to be acknowledging. This is escaping the danger that is actually there if you keep listening to the ego's bullshit. This is the Five of Swords. They're warning you. Like I said, they're warning you that there's somebody there who's giving you some crap. Who's filling you with bullshit kind of steam. 1, 2, 3, sorry. Then I am being given the Six of Coins. It is repression, a social event. This is saying something in the outer community is showing you that something that you're working, that you've got to get away from, you've got to work away from, is giving you bullshit. This is the Queen of Cups is coming forward. Either the Queen of Cups is there for you. This is a water sign. Could be you. It's speaking to you of what you truly desire. This is selfish, proud, and revered. It is also resentful and thoughtful. She's the bold one, emotionally going to come out and snap and say what has to be said because she's emotionally inclined to do so, more or less. She's going to speak that truth and help bring you back into balance. Whether it's your own feminine energy coming forward or somebody else coming forward, this is the Queen of Coins, which is putting you with the earth signs as well. Noble, she's noble, she's good, she's high-minded, she's pleasant-mannered, she's like Mother Earthing herself. She is like the noble priestess, but she's not. She's the queen. The priestess is higher than her, but she's of earth. She is mothering. She is nurturing. She's honorable. She's noble. She is bringing you into balance by helping you see the truth, because this is the Queen of Coins and the Queen of Cups. She's coming forward with the truth and making you see the truth. What's the outcome? What's the outcome? What's the outcome? No, you're too low. When I'm saying it's too low is because I'm looking for a vibration from them, and if I'm not getting enough of one, I'm going, that's not full, like the whole story. So keep going. I'm not playing with that. This is the Two of Wands, exaltation. This is seeing the scientific methods of the change, of the business that is depending. This is the change that is taking place and the truth that is coming forward from it. Is there anything else? What wise advice do you have to help them make the right decisions? Wise advice. Are we done with this deck? The Five of Cups. Responsibility. It's your responsibility to your own life. Good fortune and love. You can bring yourself into everything you want. It may not happen today or tomorrow. It is some hard work that you are going to be doing. But it is your responsibility to create the life you want by being responsible to doing so. Is what they are saying. You have to sift through the bullshit of what you already know, but you're denying your own truths to yourself, because that's the Neptune that rules you. It's easier to play on the nostalgia. It's easier to be part of the magic of what you want to create. Neptune is where fantasy smacks you in the face with harsh reality. This is why it's easy for you to be taken advantage of. You have to acknowledge that within yourself so that you become Neptune. And not that you're the one taking advantage of others, but so that you're the one that's creating the magic and not getting dished it. Weariness. No one has your best interests at heart. Others have their own agendas. Step up and take control of the situation. It's the very thing that people do not expect for you to do. What was I just saying? And they were saying you've got to take responsibility.